All right, Maggie, thanks. Former Tennessee Senator Fred Thompson has been battling with heavyweights Mitt Romney and Mike Huckabee here in Iowa, and recent polls show him likely to finish in third place, maybe fourth. Senator is with us here in the law library of the state capitol. Good morning. Good to have you with us.
Good to be with you. So this is what a real law library looks like.
Didn't spend enough time back in the day?
There's an old story about an old lawyer back in a little town I grew up in. Said if you ever wanted to hide anything from him, hide it in one of his law books.
Oh, thank you.
I was reminded of that.
Serious question to start off with. So many people anticipated you getting into this race. It was deep in the year by the time you finally really threw your hat in. Did you start too late?
I don't think so. I think campaigns ought to be shorter nowadays instead of longer. There's ways to get your message out and get yourself out that didn't exist a few years ago. I got in about the time candidates over the years traditionally get in. Everybody else started a lot earlier. They've spent a lot more time and millions of dollars, and some of them are not getting a very good return on their money. So we'll know by the end of the night probably the answer to some of those questions.
In terms of message, Mitt Romney has been, running on competence, and he's a manager. Mike Huckabee has, basically come from nowhere. Religious conservatives who have so much power in the state have thrust him at least into a lead in the polls. What's your best argument?
Well, the same one that I've had from day one, and that is that I am a consistent conservative with a proven record, both in government, in the United States Senate for 8 years, and since I left government, serving in the private sector, but being called back in by the government from time to time, who has national security experience, who worked a lot on those issues, visited many places important to our country around the world, met with foreign leaders, and understands the nature of the world we live in.
Yeah. It's interesting. We looked at some national polls where all of a sudden John McCain is resurgent, probably based on the things that you just talked about. In the end, will that be the deciding factor in terms of if a Republican is going to be elected?
I think it's going to be one of them. I think national security is probably the most important issue facing our country, and always has been. I think more so in the future. The kind of threats that we have and the diversity of them and the kind of weaponry we face and the fanatical opposition that we have in the world right now is different than anything we've ever faced before. And it's going to take someone who has some experience dealing with those matters and those people who are the driving force behind this radical Islam.
You have to finish third tonight?
Oh, I don't know about that. We'll wait and see how the numbers come in. I don't plan to any kind of a pessimistic scenario. I think, I look back in 1980, 88, 2004, the experts didn't get it right. We're going to have to wait and count the votes tonight before I'm satisfied. I'm very optimistic. We've been around 50 communities that we've been in the last 2 weeks. Response has been good. We think we're timing it just right, but we'll know before long.
It's about 12 hours.
Yep.
Senator, thanks very much. I do appreciate it. Good luck.
You
bet. Right.